Hey y'all, and welcome to my first check-in for my replacement only low buy for 2019. So this is my January check-in, so let's just get into it. So if you missed the introduction, basically I'm trying to go on a replacement only no buy for the year, and so it's replacements only for once I get down to a single item in a certain makeup category, then I am allowed to replace that item when that item gets used up, and then it's an absolute ban on lotions and colorful eyeshadow products and blushes and bronzers and colorful things like that, and cap on notebooks. So absolutely no notebooks, no pens unless I need them, nothing like that. And then for yarn, it's a 2-out 1-in system where if I use up 2 skeins, then I'm allowed to get 1, but only for a new project, for a specific project. And for clothing, I'm allowed to buy 1 new pair of running shoes and 1 complete outfit for work, so that would be like 1 jacket, 1 shirt, and 1 set of trousers. And no real bags or anything as well on top of that. But yeah, so those were pretty much my rules. But how did I do this month? Not great. I went on vacation to England and I knew I was going to want to buy some of these things. So I set myself a cap of 1 vacation exception makeup purchase, 1 vacation exception notebook, and a maximum of 4 skeins of yarn for because I'd done a 2-out 1-in system. I'd been keeping track since about October or so. I had used about 8 skeins since October, so that's where I got the number for it. So, how did I do? For the notebook, I did well. I only got 1. I got this from Paper Chase on my very first day. It's a wonderful size. It's college ruled. It has 152 pages. I love it. This is going in the queue, so it's not going to be the first notebook I try and use up once like this current journal is done or anything like that. It does have to go in a queue for a little bit, but I am completely happy with this purchase. I'm leaving the label on, so in the event that it becomes one of those holy grail notebooks, I know where to find it again. And I'm happy with this purchase. I'm not mad at it, but I'm also not gonna buy anything else for the rest of the year because of that. Because this is a souvenir. This is sort of I wouldn't have a vacation exception at any other time of the year, like just this. And in addition to that, I was allowing myself 1 vacation exception for a makeup or skincare item. And so initially, it looked like everything I was going to bring abroad was going to last the entire trip. And so I got myself a Bobbi Brown lipstick, which is the second most expensive makeup item that I own. And this is in the shade Crimson. It's a really pretty color. And it's one of those shades that's sort of in between for me. Like, it comes out kind of brownish reddish, and most of my reds are like this one. This is Monte Carlo from NYX, and it's the 2 reds that I own are like bright reds, and the 2 or 3 kind of darker lipsticks I own. The 3 darker ones, one's a very brown base and 2 are very purpley, but this is right in the middle there now that you shear it out. Most of the other ones I own are sort of a pink base, but this is definitely more of a purple, or not purple, more of a stronger red base. So I'm not mad at it, and it was going to be just the one vacation exception. This was going to be it. And I was using my face moisturizer. The very first week I was using my face moisturizer all over my body because I was getting a bunch of dry patches, and of course the increased usage meant I ran out faster and meant that I needed to get a new one. And so because I only have the one face moisturizer, that counted. It wasn't gonna go over any of my rules or anything because it's just the one face moisturizer that I own, so I was allowed to buy another face moisturizer, regardless of location. And so initially I got the Nivea Creme, the one in the blue tub, but then I left that in when I was switching settings by accident. And so then I got this from Superdrug. This is the Be Confident Day Cream in stage 1, and I'm not mad at myself for buying it. I'm mad at myself for liking it so much, and I can't get it in the US as far as I know. So that's super frustrating, but I'm not mad at the purchase itself, so I'm gonna try and cherish this as much as I can because my skin really seems to like it. I also got a body wash while I was there because my, so this was from Lush. This is the Rose Jam version, just the 100ml one. And I got it because it looked like my soap that I had brought was gonna run out, and I was using this as a laundry detergent as well because I was packing very light for 2 weeks, and so I was just going to use it to, like, you know, scrub on the underarms and stuff like that where you only really need it. So that was that. And again, I'm not mad at this either. The soap that I brought did run out, so it was helpful to have that, that as well. So let's talk about yarn. I did wind up going over budget. I only was allowing myself 4, and I wound up getting 5, which is kind of frustrating, but at the same time it's going to be souvenir yarn, so it's going to be fine. It's enough yardage to do 2 major projects. So these are the 2 skeins that I got in Oxford. These are really pretty sock weight yarn, and together there's about 800 meters in here, so I'm gonna be able to make something big with both of these. And so I got those in Oxford, and I don't know about anyone else, but I have a tendency to, my yarn needles run away. I buy them and then I put them down in their spot, and then when I go to their spot again, they have vanished. And so I got myself a set of yarn needles in Oxford as well, because Lord knows I was looking for all of my yarn needles and they were nowhere to be found. So these are definitely going in their spot, which is up here, and they're going to stay there, so help me God. And so the other 3 skeins of yarn that I got are enough to do a sweater with. And so this is a brand called Dye Bath UK because it's an indie dyer from Bath. And so these are in the colorway Kennet and Avon. And yeah, it's a really pretty variegated set of skeins. And then, so there's about 400 meters in each of these. And then to get to that 1200, this is Flock of the Plain from Salisbury Plain, and this is what it looks like. It's really pretty as well, and all of these are really, really soft. So I'm not mad at any of my purchases. I'm just sort of mad that I went over budget. And so now that I'm back home, um, now that I'm back, oh yeah, in a book. I got one book. I was allowing myself one book, and I got a biography of J.R.R. Tolkien in Oxford from Waterstones right after I had dinner at Eagle and Child, because that just felt right. It was my very last day, and I was just like, it's right around the corner. I'm gonna do it. I stood in front of the shelf for 20 minutes trying to translate this Seer Thangerthas that I didn't realize wasn't the Dwarvish runes, because that's the kind of person I am. But yeah, so I got a biography of J.R.R. Tolkien, and so I've reached my limits for the year for buying new things, except for clothing. I'm allowed to buy myself the new running shoes and the work outfit, and I haven't done any of those yet. And other things that were prohibited, I got 2 bags while I was in London, but they were filling a need that I didn't quite realize I had when I was packing, and had I sort of realized that, I probably would have thought out the purchases a little bit better, but yeah, they were, the day bag that I brought was on the smaller side. It was about this wide and about yay tall, and I didn't quite realize how much my travel journal was gonna grow. Like, it started out here and it expanded quite a bit as I put in postcards and stuff. And so I bought new like a tote bag kind of thing from the British Museum, and then a London, like the London patterned bag while I was there. And it's one of those bags where you can like squish it up into a little pouch that's like that big, because I thought like, oh, I'll just start with the day bag, and then once I get more postcards, I'll take out the London bag, and yeah. But yeah, I'm not mad at it, because I'll still use them when I go to the farmer's market and stuff. It's just, I'm a little mad that I didn't think them out a little bit better. That's all. And so, in terms of like other like knitting notions and stuff like that, I got the yarn needles, obviously, but I also got, before I went abroad, I got a new set of size 6 double pointed needles. But that, again, was sort of filling a need that would allow me to use up other things in the future. So because I didn't have enough size 6 needles in order to get the sleeves done in the first place, and so I think that was a reasonable purchase, because it's something that I'll get a lot of use out of. So going forward, I've definitely not done well this first month, not at all. That said, going forward, there's still 11 more months in which to succeed, which is how I want to look at this. So going forward, I definitely want to be stricter with myself, and I think it'll be a little easier to be stricter with myself as well, because it's a lot easier to not buy something when you're in a set routine. Like, it's a lot easier to not buy something when everything just feels ordinary. Whereas when I was in the UK, it's like, everything is new, and I'm only here for 2 weeks, and this is a souvenir, and that'll be a souvenir, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't need a souvenir for going to work, like, so I think it'll be easier going forward, because I don't need a souvenir to go to work. Yeah, and so, yeah. So I did buy more than I was hoping or anticipating to, but that just means I need to be stricter the rest of the year, and I'm okay with that. I really am. And then hopefully it'll be a lot easier the rest of the year, because I've already made sort of purchases that'll help me succeed. Like the needles, like the yarn needle is going to help me succeed because I'll be able to finish up projects, and the same with the knitting needles, and I'll be able to use these up and be like, oh, remember this project that I got when or with the yarn that I got when I was in the UK, and oh yeah, this farmer's market bag reminds me of the UK and stuff like that. But yeah, but overall, they're all things that I'm happy I have in my life. They do spark joy, as Marie Kondo would say, but yeah, I need to be stricter with myself the rest of the year. And again, I think it will be easier because I don't need souvenirs for going to work. I don't need a souvenir for surviving a day. But yeah, but I will sort of be able to work with things I already have in order to spark joy in ways that don't involve purchasing new things. But yeah, that is my first check-in. Hopefully I succeed more in the upcoming months, and yeah, bye!